Hey everybody, and welcome back to the board meeting. Today I'm doing a bit of a rambling video. Today I'm talking about how often do you play board games? And to start off with, I kind of want to talk about how often I personally play games. And in 2019, I started keeping track of my board game plays, and it was late 2019, so December-ish. So 2020, I kept track the entire year, and that's what I'm going off of here. So 2020, I played 1,131 board game plays that year, which comes out to a little more than 3 a day, which I don't play 3 games a day. I usually play 1 game a day or something like that. But then I have a weekly board game night, and we start that at anywhere from 5 to 6 p.m. and we play until 1 or 2 a.m. And that is every single week. So a large chunk of my board game plays come from that night. But I try to play at least a game a day. And then a lot of those games are little card games, so, your 20 to 30 minute card games. But I play your bigger games as well that take 90 minutes to 120 minutes, something like that. So let's say each of those games, on average, took 45 minutes. So 3 games a day. So I was playing games 2 hours and 15 minutes every single day on average in 2020. And that kind of blew me away. I was, wow, that's a lot. Maybe I should slow down. But then I started thinking about it, and next to me is my living room, and there's a TV there that I have not turned on in a year and a half or something like that, because board games kind of took over that space. And then I Googled how often does the average American watch TV, and it was stunning that on average every American watches 4 hours of television every single day. And I kind of almost completely replaced that. I'll watch TV on my computer late at night sometimes, but it's not an everyday thing, and it's not that often. So I kind of replaced the two. And then it kind of got to me, well, are board games healthier? And yeah, I think playing board games is a much healthier thing to do than sitting around watching TV. Because board games make you think. It makes your mind work. You're solving puzzles, essentially, is what board games do. And so yeah, I think me replacing board games or replacing TV with board games is a good, healthier option for my life. It's not like the most healthy thing, but then another thing I wanted to talk about is, do you ever get bored of board gaming? Do you do anything to keep things fresh when you're playing? This week I didn't really play any games at my house. I was kind of worn out on games, but I did play a ton of games this week, just on 2 separate days. One was my weekly game night, and then another one was Zappapalooza on Saturday. Which is a board game convention / event that I run, and we started that early in the morning and went until, like, I think I left there at like 3:30 in the morning. It was an all-day board game, so that was like 17 hours of games, 15, whatever it ended up being. And that is why, my shelves are kind of bare today, is because all my games are packed up at the moment. But yes, it was a fun week, but it was only 2 days that I played board games. I didn't play games on any other day that I can think of. So, but I was kind of getting worn out. And that's another topic that I want to talk about, is how do you guys keep it fresh? What do you do to not get bored, not get almost overwhelmed? Like, sometimes I need a break with the activities I do. And this week kind of was a break in a way. On those other days, I kind of just sat around, enjoyed, did whatever, went golfing, did whatever. It was a good week, but I didn't play board games like I normally do. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys do? What do you think? How often do you guys play games? Do you ever take breaks of a week, 2 weeks, months? Or do you not have like a regular schedule of board games, which is probably a good thing as well to not be consumed by this hobby. And this hobby does lend itself to obsession, obsessing over games you don't have or that you want to play that you have not. It also lends itself to addiction, which is kind of almost the same thing. And I have a highly addictive personality. If I like something, I want to do it a lot. So I kind of have to force myself to slow down and not do things so much, which board gaming is my favorite hobby. So I want to do it all the time, most of the time. So sometimes I feel like I should try to force myself to not play as much. But that's really all I wanted to talk about today. So let me know in the comments below what you think, and that will adjourn this meeting. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to see more content from me at the board meeting in the future. I hope you all have an amazing day, and take care, everyone.